Welcome to moniquedorantv for another week of getting closer to becoming a better you, a better we, a better us for 2020. So, upon hearing last week's video, a lot of people reached out and said, "Oh my God, where are the tips already?" And so I wanted to address that this week and then give you a little insight also into what it is that I went through and why it is that I'm taking my time in this transformation, so to speak. So the reason why I haven't just delved into the tips and what we're going to do and how we're going to become marvelous is because things take a little time, okay? As the great artist once said. So if we just jump and change things overnight, the body, the system can't handle it. Imagine feeding yourself or any organism a certain thing for a long period of time and then changing that. It's going to be disruptive. It's not going to understand what's going on. It's going to go into shock, and that's not good for anybody. And I am living proof of that. So what really happened with me was I became a vegetarian literally overnight. I mean overnight. My daughter was born in January. I woke up one morning, I think like the first week of February. Last night I was a meat eater, and actually the next morning I woke up and I was like, that's it. I'm gonna become a vegetarian because it became the new fad. And that's the thing with fads. We don't take the time to research, understand how it impacts us or how it impacts other people around us, and we jump on them, and with limited knowledge we do serious damage. And so what happened to me was the gland that controls the bowels, the urine, when you really gotta pee and you do the wee-wee dance or whatever, that little flap, it got broken in the process. And they have a saying that says the devil is in the details. That small little thing. Remember how I talked about the car and the system, the body being like a car? Well, sometimes it's something as small as the thermometer in your car. If that little $25 piece breaks, the whole car is done. It's going to overheat. Finish. So that small little flap that controls all of that I said, it broke, and my entire system went with it. The neurological system, and all of that went with it. So I don't want anyone to rush into anything. And also the other reason I'm doing that is, a diet is something that we do because we want to fit into that dress for that wedding, or we want to go to that party and we want to look marvelous and we need that bloating to go down. But the problem with that is that as soon as the diet is over, so is the weight loss. And so usually the weight comes back not just what it was, but usually double. And I want us to take this time, this briefing period, so to speak, to really grasp the concept of a lifestyle change. Not just, as I like to say, diet, die with a T added on to the end. I want us to get to the place where our minds understand the body, understand the change that is necessary, the metamorphosis that you're about to go through, and prepare your mind for the journey. So this is the leading up to it, so to speak. You understand? I don't want you to run in. That's the reason why the other diets don't work, because they put it out on the shelf, you run in, you buy it, you lose a little weight, you get tired of it because you haven't changed your mindset towards it. And this is where it starts, as I always say. It starts right up in that beautiful mind of yours. So take this time to not rush things and understand that it's the rushing before, it's the unpreparedness before that has led us to even needing a journey like this, right? So we don't want to keep making that mistake. And as far as addressing, let me just delve into it just a little bit. So the other question a lot of people have asked me is, okay, so we know that you were sick, we know all of this happened, but what exactly was happening to you? So when I became ill, I noticed that I went to the beach and I was walking, and the water came up on the shore and I was on the ground. I got up again. At that point, my daughter was about 2 years old, or going on 2. And I got up again. I was in Florida, walking along the shore. The water hit my ankle. I was on the floor again. And I couldn't understand it, but I thought maybe I picked up a bug. You know, these things happen. That's what I thought. Anyway, I came back to Philly, and I was walking up the stairs with my daughter. And then all of a sudden, I'm falling again. I'm falling again. Every time we're going up the stairs, I'm falling again. I went to one hospital. They did my, what's that word I'm looking for? Vitals. They did my vitals. It checked out. They said, you're good. And I'm telling them, I can't be good. I'm falling down the stairs and up the stairs with my almost 2-year-old child. So then I went to Einstein, and my doctor diagnosed, the doctor I had at the time, he diagnosed me with myasthenia gravis. And that's where the body starts to attack itself. So basically what would happen is that, or what was happening in my body was that when the brain sends out that message, sends out the chemical, like how I just lifted my hand, my arm. The brain sends a message that says, lift arm. But in the chemical that it's sending out, that message that's encoded in there, you have receptors that receive this message. So when the chemical leaves the brain, it goes to the part of the body, so to speak, or the function that's supposed to happen. And those receptors are supposed to receive it. Problem with me was my body, being ill in the condition it went, oh crap, Monique is sick, fight everything, because it doesn't understand what's going on. So naturally, it releases antibodies, but it's releasing too many antibodies, which is what myasthenia does. It releases too many antibodies, and these antibodies were eating away the receptors. So when the message gets sent out, guess what? No receptors to receive the message. Imagine getting on your computer and you're sending a message to Tom Jones, right? But Tom Jones doesn't even have an email address to receive it. So here you are typing away, send. But Tom Jones can't get the message because he doesn't even have an email address. Well, it's kind of like that. My receptors, they got eaten away before the message even got there. So when I went to lift my arm, it's like having a phantom arm. I could feel my arm wanting to go up, but it just couldn't go up. And so the lower limbs, these ones here, below my knee, those were stronger. So the upper ones, I don't want to use the technical words because let's face it, that's why most of us don't really give a crap about our health, because it's in doctor term. I don't even understand when they write those scribbly things on the prescription. So I'm not a doctor, as a disclaimer, let me put that out there. I've just been through some things. I've taken the time to study a lot of the functions in the body. I've been through a lot of holistic teachers, and I've picked up some things. A lot of folks say, listen, the way you break it down, I get it, and I'm just passing on some good knowledge that's gotten me to the place where I am now. I am still growing, I'm still developing, and I'm still getting better. But while I'm on the journey, why not share something that the universe has given to you that I consider a gift? So like I was saying, these muscles were the ones that work. So like to brush my teeth, I'd have to use this arm to hold, and I don't really like to mimic it because, muscle memory and such, but for the sake of letting you understand, I'd have to use this arm to hold this arm to brush my teeth, or, to put deodorant on, I'd have to swing, bada, swing, and lean against the wall, or, like that. It wasn't fun. It wasn't. But that's what drove me to this, and I had to make a decision, and that's where you guys are with me right now. I had to decide. I have this child, and at the time I was only about 28 when I decided to get really serious with my health. Got really serious with it at 29. But I had to decide, and I had to start in the mind, and that's why you always hear me use the mind so much, because I've been on many journeys. I've tried many things. But until I decided in my mind that I wanted to live, we have our phones. We use the phones to Google everything except my child has a fever. What's a natural way to bring it down? Everything that we need is out there, but it's what we choose to give our attention to. So I am here to help you the best I can with what I've learned so far. And if you have tips, feel free to throw them my way. I'll look them up and I'll share them with others. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, and that's the reason why I'm not rushing, because rushing literally got me sick. And I've had a friend that I'm also helping, and her sister literally died from becoming a vegetarian overnight. So if you're on your medications, do not stop taking your medication abruptly. If you're on a certain diet, do not stop doing it abruptly. Because the body, there's a reason why we wean our young off our breast. There's a reason why animals wean their young off their breast. Because any sudden change can be traumatic to the system. So I hope you bear with me, be patient. There's only 2 weeks left in the year. I guarantee you guys we're going to get to it. January 2nd is just around the corner. In the meantime, spread the word. Share the video if you can. Like, subscribe, turn the little bell on, because I will knock you and WhatsApp you and message you and let you know that the video is up. But I don't want to have to do that, so please turn your bell on. I beg of you. And until then, stick with me and trust me, I got some good things coming. Little tips, little tricks, life DIYs. I got you. So be patient and get your mind ready for a journey it's probably never been on, but it's gonna love you for it. Until, be good, be safe, and get ready for your transformation.